And welcome back, everybody. This is the Derpy Creeper, and as you can see, I've actually done a bit of decorating, but it's still actually a lot of work. Today, I think we're going to work on Essentia processing. I know, so boring, but I think this will give you a new light on Essentia and how to process it and turn it in from one thing to another. This is actually the newest edition. As you can see, I'm not even finished with it. I haven't even decided on a floor. But I have actually added quite a few things between this episode and last. I just was trying to get it all set up. But I'll explain what this contraption is. This is actually taking Aurum, which, you guys all know about my Wisp farm by now. Um, it's taking all the Aurum, centrifuging it, and then it's turning into one of two aspects. It's turning into air, and it's turning into Bricantio. And this Essentia buffer is actually has a suction value of 1. So these two jars override it, but it can still suck out of the centrifuge. And all that other fun stuff. Now, those who didn't know, the piping system from Thaumcraft for Essentia had changed in between versions 2 or 3 and 4. In version 3, many kinds of Essentia could just flow freely and it would work its way around. But as you can see, now there's actually typed suction, and if you have a different Essentia in a tube that has a different suction, it doesn't work. And wow, that was actually quite... Oh, no, it was because I'm lagging, right? No, actually it drained the jar. Interesting. But as you can see, it's pretty much a 50-50 chance. Because, well, there's two aspects. Oop, nope, nope, nope. Click on that and empty it. I've just been voiding that pretty much. But Precantio is what I was actually after. For a few other things down the line. But I wonder what that noise was. Yeah, this was just a basic setup. This turns Aurum into air and Precantio. But that's not the only thing you can do. This is going to... I'm eventually going to come up with different setup than this. I just, well, don't have it set up. As you can see, I just stole the jars from down here. Ooh, Ignis. Not a very good example. Then, huh? Well, I'm gonna need you. And I forget what the other one is. Vacuous? Where is my Vacuous? I think I'm out of Vacuous, actually. So let's see where Vacuous would exist. I also did a bit of research, as you guys can probably tell. So I was right. It is right here. This is the Vacuous jar. So, as you guys probably can figure out by now, if I... Okay, I have my Aurum jar here. Alright. Ooh, not what I wanted, actually. Dang it. Is this... Why? What is this? Yeah, I have a bit of a problem here, don't I? I forgot one crucial thing. It actually is important to have labels on these. Okay. Alrighty, there we go. Now that that's an actual vacuous jar, I'm not just burning up Essentia for no reason. I had the ethereal platforms from before, but I researched the arcane levitators. They're not incredibly hard to get. Um, as you guys can see, I fletched out my node room a bit. This is the original node that I was experimenting on. But I thought I would show you guys what I ended up doing with it. I ended up changing this room as well. I don't know. The up and down, it just sort of fit better. I need labels. I know where a label... I should know where a label is. No, I have one of them somewhere. Ah, there we go. Jar label. I mean, and we have actually had a few new people to the server. So if you see any names down below that you don't recognize, that's probably why. Alrighty. So for every jar, you should get roughly half a jar of each of these Essentias. But the system I want to create today is a little more complicated than this. I want to directly turn Aurum into a jar of Permutatio, a jar of Potentia, and a jar of Ordo. Which the jar of Ordo actually being important. Well, not a jar of Ordo, I should say. Maybe. I'm not sure. But this is actually going to require a few things. As you can see, I got 31 vacuous, which, as you guys know, I voided one, so it was actually 50-50. And yeah, Steam effects from... yeah. Oh, sorry, guys. Alright. Oh yeah, I was just using this to break down some Essentia. To show you guys, I should have actually grabbed a lot of jars. But you guys got the basic gist. Breaking down one Essentia into two others at a rate of 50-50. So Essentia itself is conserved. It literally is a 50-50 of each. So a jar of something more complicated will yield half a jar of the two below it. So Essentia is always conserved, which I find is a little strange. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just crazy. But right, Frequentio goes up there. Right. But yes, that was just to show you guys the basis of the system. Because today, I don't think I'll get into the ore doubling part, but I'll probably get into, say, manipulating Essentia. I'll show you guys a neat trick that you can use to void unwanted Essentia, though how I'm going to route this, it's not going to use unwanted Essentia and other forms. Alright. Oh. Alright. Wow, this recording's been going on for 10 minutes already. But, alright, let's break it down. Barney style. As we all know, to get, oh, excuse me, guys. It's, even though it's late in the afternoon, for me, I'm still tired. But, as you guys can tell, I have, we need Ordo and Metallum to get some Essentia flowing, or to get some more doubling occurring. Well, Metallum is going to be an easy one. You can throw leftover nuggets and stuff that you get as byproducts, which should, in theory, occur. I'll test that later to make it 100% sure. Alrighty. But for Ordo, I had decided, well, we're actually going to need 2 Essentias here. Other than the stuff for, or doubling. We're going to need an additional one, Ignis, to make the Infernal Furnace run. So I was looking through here, and I'm like, okay, what Essentia do I have a lot of, or what Essentia would be easy to get a lot of for me? And I could get both Ignis and Ordo, and Potentia and Precantio out of. All of those. Well, Aurum has Precantio and air. Air is byproduct. But Precantio, if we go back here, is Vacuous and Potentia. Potentia is one on my list. Potentia also has Ordo and Ignis as the compound of Ordo and Ignis. So I have from Potentia from Aurum, I have all my aspects that I need. And Vacuous, let's see if there's any use. Not really. There's not really any use. So if you think about that, that's 2 byproducts. And, 2 byproducts out of 1 thing. But then you say, how do I get a lot of Aurum? I have a wisp farm. This is also why I chose Aurum, because it's the Essentia I actually can farm the most of. But then I have run into a problem of unwanted aspects. Well, what kind of ethereal essence has aspects that I need? Ordo. I'm going to need a lot of Ordo. I'm not going to lie to you guys. So, I immediately chose the Ordo Ethereal Essence. As you can see, I already have 3 stacks of it. And I mean, come on. So, I thought about that. But, what am I going to do with the extra essences, i.e., air and vacuous? Well, there's these nifty little jars called void jars that they're awarded jar that fills up to about 64 of each Essentia. And then after that point, any more Essentia that gets dumped into them gets voided, gone. This is usually how most people deal with voiding Essentia. But I thought and it's actually a pretty good way to avoid Essentia. I had actually come up with a different way that's cheaper in the magic aspect, but I have plenty of Aura nodes now. When I had thought of it, I didn't have any Aura nodes other than the 2 down here. So, I'll be back after I'm done crafting all that.
Hello and welcome back, everybody. I have a little confession to make. It's actually been a couple days since the last recording. As you can see, I actually went and built the system. I'll explain how it works and all that other stuff. I'm sorry, guys. It's just been finals week, so of course cramming, prepping, all that other fun stuff. Um, I made it so I don't like flow high up into the sky here and whatnot. But yeah, alright, here's how this system works. This, as you can see, I successfully generated crap tons of Ordo, because everything that's in this is Ordo. Um, yeah, I threw a stack of ethereal essences in there, and I have so much Ordo, it's ridiculous. But, ooh, I didn't realize what's all stuck in this. Because this is. You know what? I'm gonna break you. Yeah, I'm missing quite a few balancing aspects of that. Oh yeah, because I have the magic filter here. Let's check all of these actually. Alright, but yeah. E-Bubble, the essence, it turns into Aurum, and then Ordo is the one I chose, just because specifically because, well, it breaks down into Ordo, and Ordo is what I'm needing. I'm gonna redo basically a mechanism like I did downstairs for transporting the essence out of this jar downstairs. I did do some tomfoolery here with the pipes, just because I had to. But anyways, it goes from here down this line. It ignores this line because, well, yeah, well, aspects can't go this way. They can still go this way, I believe. So it's not 100% foolproof, but it will prefer to go here before it goes down this line anyways, just because, oh I forgot I was sorting chests, and was ill prepared. I don't see it in there, or in there. Come on, open up. Alright, not the bell. If I could, not the binder. Where are you? Ah, here we are. You're gonna need this handy little tool to really mess with Essentia. This helps quite a bit. I also move. Um, see, it's. This is basically telling you where the suction is and what type it is. Because right here, this has zero suction because this jar is full. If this jar was empty, it would have 64 suction. But yeah, going along this line, it'll um it'll even tell you, see, typed Precantio and stuff like that. But let's get back to this. Aurum goes in here, goes down this pipe, ignores this directional pretty much. Um, Goes up here, through the alembic, and then the alembic, alchemical centrifuge, and into the Essentia buffer, which then this jar can take out air, but it can also pull. This can also pull down Precantio can get pulled down by this chemical centrifuge, which gets turned into va- vacuous, and then vacuous goes down here. And let's see what is actually causing an issue here. Looks just to be a visual bug issue. Generally, that's tells you there's an issue with suction, but I'm not seeing one. Hmm. It it might be this because technically this can all be bypassed by a random chance and yada yada yada. All right, but then it goes up here, turns into vacuous and uh, potentia. I do have a jar of potentia sitting here, but I don't know. I had a other build that it actually worked pulling it out, but it might. I had it wired up differently as well, so I might have to ditch the whole jar of potentia here. Um, but then it gets up through here, gets turned into Ordo and Ignis, and I'm going to plan on showing you guys something a little later to get Ignis back down to the alchemical, or not alchemical. Why do I keep thinking alchemical? Come on, let's go down. The infernal furnace over there, because let's face it, that's a long ways for these tubes. So, but yeah, then I have from here, I have it typed to Ordo, and then it goes along here, and then goes here into this Essentia buffer. Which, if you haven't noticed, this one is different, which it has an arcane bellows attached to it. For Essentia buffers, if they have an arcane alembic, or not alembic, bellows attached to them, they actually gain a suction value. Ooh, this is. Did I see an Ignis? Ooh, this pipe has to be broken. Yes, and you just saw, though, that most of you probably figured out that that isn't actually sky. Alright. Alright. Yeah. So, it gains it gains 32 suction. Well, technically, yeah, it gains 32 suction for every arcane bellows. So in reality, to get this to, you could get an Essentia buffer to have 128 suction, and that with 4 arcane bellows on all sides, and pipe Essentia a long, long distance to get it all the way over here. But to get it out of here with such high suction, you would need one of these pipes, a directional Essentia tube, which, let's get back to the tab I want, is under the Advanced Essentia, which I should have explained it. These are filtered Essentia. These are directional Essentia pipes, which I have in a few places here. But I also have this one, restricted Essentia tube, which they're all under the Advanced Essentia tubes research. This one's, here's the crafting recipe. It's basically, you can put a label, the ones that are on the jars, on those pipes, and they will filter what kind of Essentia goes through. Restrictive tubes, half the suction that goes through them, so if it's 128, it drops it down to 64. And finally, for the directional, it just marks what direction suction can come from. I kind of think of it as an iron pipe from Buildcraft. So, yeah, that is my Essentia setup. I will, in between this episode and next, pretty much show you how to. Well, I'll not show you. I will build a system to get this all down to the other part. Ooh. Do-do-do. Now, I think I'll show you guys. Ooh, I don't want this. I probably want it here. Oh, come on. Alright. Do I still have any? Nope, I do not. I need this. And this. I can put that down here, and that on top of it. Well, that will complete that. That will be the base of our auto alchemy system. That is coming soon, I hope. Um, yeah. You know what? I'll come back in a little bit here and show you Essentia mirrors and how you can use those. Hello and welcome back, everybody. Oops. It would appear that I forgot something. There it is. A wand of any sorts. And begin. Really? Don't be... Oh, I picked it up this time. Alright. There we go. That's step one. Now I gotta do that infusion one more time. Using a clean set of pedestals. I'll just let that evaporate and dissipate. Oh, duh. Ow. Alright. And yes, okay. There we go. Now that I actually have crafted these mirrors, magic mirrors are very useful for transporting items over long distance. But if you same, yeah, I'll let you guys read. And there you go. Basically, and I'm actually going to craft quite a few more of these over the long term. I want to say, if you go and click on these, now this mirror that I have in my hand is actually linked to that mirror on the wall over there. So if we put this here, you can see it now. It just drew in that one I don't know if I caught it. I probably didn't. But in short term, it actually drew the Essentia to this mirror and put it into this furnace. So, that is that. But I think that's enough about Essentia. I'm sorry this episode took so long. I've been working on school stuff and figuring out how to actually make this system work. But catch you all guys all next time. See ya.